Hello again and welcome back to Practical Solid. In the last episode, I showed you how you can deploy your presentation slides and host them on a solid pod. But what if I tell you that you can also use live data from your solid pod right on your slides? This is what I'm going to show you today. Be prepared. To include data on my slides, I will be using PodOS elements. With PodOS elements, you can make use of data on your pod by using custom HTML elements, and this is a best fit for our Reveal.js slides. So to make PodOS available, I will include it in the head by loading it from unpackage.com CDN first. Then I will open a new PodOS app with the pause app element right at the beginning of the body. And this makes it possible to use data from solid pods. So next, let's add a About Me slide at the end of the presentation by adding a new section. And then we will be using a pause resource to fetch a resource from a specific URI, in this case, our pod. And inside the PodOS resource, we can now show data about this resource, and we just show a human readable label by adding a pause label and a description using pause description element. And also let's add a picture by using pause picture element. And here we can see that the data from our pod is actually used on our slides, which is quite amazing, I think, because we didn't do a lot for it. It just doesn't look that nice, but we can change that by just adjusting the HTML and CSS. So let's go back to the code and do exactly that. Okay, I just quickly added some inline styles to the PodOS elements and also wrapped the pause label into an H2 element. And this should already do the trick to make it look a bit nicer. So let's switch to the browser again and see the result. And yeah, I think it looks quite nice already. Let's take a look how this works. Perhaps you're wondering, I think it wasn't that hard. Yeah, it's just including PodOS and then writing some elements to describe what data you need. And now let's take a look where this data comes from, because it comes live from our pod. So what we see here is data from our profile, the image, and also the note we did here, and of course the name. So these three data points are fetched by the PodOS elements and now shown on our slide. And this can be done with any data from your pod in any HTML project you have. It doesn't need to be Reveal.js slides. It could be also your web page or anything else you are doing with HTML. So have fun making use of your data in your projects using PodOS elements and HTML.